Brenspeed. Thank you so much for watching Brenspeed TV. Today is awesome. It's the final episode of Baby Blue Balls, our Coyote swap 05 Mustang that originally came with a V6. So here's what we're going to cover today. We are going to go over pricing. How much do I have in this car? I'm going to show you the last time the car was on the dyno, what numbers we were at before we hit the track last time. And we're going to show you the video of this baby dipping down into the 10-second zone. So hey, if you haven't, please subscribe and notify to stay up to date. And don't forget, I'll leave links in the description of all the other episodes. There's 16, okay? This is 16. So you have 15 other episodes of when we bought the car, we built the car. A lot of behind the scenes, some cool information you might like if you're trying to build a car like this. And then of course, if you like this, or maybe you have an old Mustang or a truck or whatever, you love Coyote swaps, you can email quote@brenspeed.com to see how much a Coyote swap costs, because we do this all the time. But hey, let's get to it. So we finally are in the 10s. A year ago, I bought this car with this idea, V6 Mustang. I really like the color, Winville blue. I want to do a Gen 2 Coyote, manual transmission, all motor, and go 10s. So if you've watched these other episodes, you've been seeing how, I think we started off maybe around like 1150 down in Bradenton, and then we got faster, faster, faster. We did the 18 manifold. We were like 11 flat and about 95 degree temperature actually in Bowling Green. And then we added headers. So what I want you to do right now is I'm gonna take a clip from the last episode, watch this. So last time this car was on the dyno, you're gonna see the numbers of how it sits right now, what it made with the Stainless Works long tube headers. And then we hit the track all the way over in Oklahoma, but check this out. All right, now you're up to date on the dyno numbers. 45 real horsepower, 416 torque. It's on our DynoJet rated SAE. I believe those numbers are a little higher than normal because I have really minimal drivetrain loss on the Sting right here. I have Doug with me. We're gonna look at the engine compartment, but here's what's going on. Here's what's in the build. Starting from the front, Gen 2 Coyote. All right, we did the 18 manifold. So you saw in the last video, we ran 11 flat with the 18 manifold down in Bowling Green. Pretty hot. But we went ahead and installed the Stainless Works headers, my favorite JLT cold air intake on here. We are still running the stock throttle body. In order to get everything up and running, we do the Ford Performance Control back, the 4 return style fuel system. I bought a used MT82 transmission. And then don't forget, I'm gonna go over all these prices at the end, if you stick around and watch this. A used aluminum drive shaft, I believe, and then we did the 8.8 conversion because we had a factory 7.5 inch rear end. I am running a spool. So that's not what I recommend for anyone on the street, but for what I'm doing with this car right here, spool's just fine, basically a drag car. All in all, the car came out really good. And don't forget, again, I keep saying it, 15 videos on all the parts that go on this car. And hey, guess what? Every one of those videos that you watch in the description has links to the individual parts I talk about in the video, so you can get a lot more information. But I had a goal, 10s. We went 11 flat at the end of our season. I was like, oh, damn. But we went to Oklahoma. So we're in Indiana. And our drag strips are closed in November, towards the end of October. So I asked a couple of the guys, hey, I can't go. Can anyone take this car to Oklahoma? The tracks are open. We have the headers on. Our numbers are good. Let's go see if it'll go 10s. So we did it. It's awesome. I'm going to bring George in. I want him to tell you a little bit what went down when he was at the track. So we had a problem. So we have a part that failed. We're gonna show you kind of when we got to the track, what went down, but then in the end, it all worked out. Thank goodness, because we took the weekend, drove all the way down there. So I'll go grab him right now. Check this out. All right, I found George, and here's what went down. So it's a Friday. George decided he's gonna take Rylan with him. They're gonna go to Oklahoma. They left like at noon and loaded the car up, pulled it all the way to Oklahoma. On Saturday, they had a test and tune. It's only like a 4 or 5 hour test and tune to make the pass. Weather looked good. That's a pretty long drive, not knowing if everything is gonna work out or not. Yeah. But they left, and they're like, we're driving straight through. So I woke up the next morning. And I'm like, man, I hope these guys made it. Haven't heard from them. I looked at my phone, pop up on my phone from our debit card, casino charges. And I was like, oh, Oklahoma casino, they made it to a hotel. So I was like, okay, thank goodness they made it. I know they're there. Hopefully they make it to the track. And I didn't hear anything from anyone for a while. So George, why don't you tell me about when you got to the track and kind of how everything went down?
So yeah, you know, we stayed at a casino. It was only about 10 minutes from the track. The track didn't open until noon the next day, so we had some time to kill that morning. So we're anxious to get there. We drive over, we sit in line for like an hour because we got there an hour early, and finally get into the track. So Rylan unstraps the car, we go to unload it. I back it off, shut off the car, take my foot off the clutch pedal stuck to the floor.
Now granted, this is after this car has been raced since March, all right? So now we're November. That we've taken this car to so many tracks with zero issues. Imagine what's going through their head, loading this thing up, driving whatever, 13 hours, whatever it was to get there, and you get in the car, pedal stuck to the floor, you're probably in freak out mode.
Yeah, I mean, we're deflated. You know, we're super excited to be there and just all the wind out of our sails. Like, what the heck's going on? We're kind of scrambling, brainstorming. So finally, I look up under there, and then we see the clutch tamer. So,
check this out. A lot of you ask me, what is a clutch tamer? This is the key to how this car has been hooking. If you watch some of the old videos, you heard me talk about shocking the tires, and we can't get traction at very high RPM to try to get in the 10s with, you know, just dumping the clutch. You kind of got to slip it. Very hard to cut a good reaction time. So we use the clutch tamer. It's been good, but show them what that thing did.
So basically, I look under there and this is stuck wide open. And we're not sure if it's from cold or what, but it was pretty cold there. It was only about 30 degrees when we woke up. Got up to a high about 65 that day. But this is stuck wide open. It's got the clutch pedal stuck to the floor. So we decided to take it out.
George's like, Rylan, yank that thing out of there. We're here. They're only open like 4 hours. We're gonna run with no clutch tamer. So they take that out. Threw it on the trailer, right?
Yep, took it out.
Boom, threw it on the trailer and went up. And like before, just dumping the clutch or trying to slip it, which is not very good at low RPM, just shocking the tires, spinning, 11.1s maybe?
Yeah, we ran 11.1, couple 11.20s, 189, 190, 60 foots, you know, back to where we don't want to be.
Like crappy 60 foots, not where we wanted to be. Yeah. And then you look down at the trailer.
Yep, so I'm sitting on the trailer, Rylan's drinking a Bud Light, hanging out. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. And I get up to tell Rylan, well, let's load this thing up. You know, we just wasted 13 hours driving here.
I'd have been like, no way.
And I look down and the claimer is back into position. So I don't, like I said, the sun heated up everything pretty quickly. So I don't know if it was cold.
What happened with it.
Whatever, it went back. So we threw it back in the car real quick. I readjusted it to where we had it before, and then we made a pass.
Okay, first pass. Check this out over here. Clutch tamer working, which helps our 60 foot. Over here, 1074 at 127 mile an hour. And then George backed it up with another 1072 at 127. 60 foots came in around 145 or 149. Not a lot of ink on the slip, but we did it. That was really cool. And the clutch tamer's key. So just shocking the tires, we knew it wasn't gonna work. We fought that all year. And then George had been adjusting that clutch tamer right there. And it allows you to have a little bit of slip off the line. I mean, don't you think? I mean, you launch that car all the time and it doesn't hook.
Huge difference. Basically, this is a hydraulic cylinder. When it comes out, it comes back in slowly. That's adjustable by 2 different knobs. And basically, that just allows that clutch pedal to come down nice and slow, slip that clutch just enough, and then engage.
So you're talking 4/10ths by making this work right here,
Yep.
which is huge. And at the end, I might hit a little bit more on like drag racing, and you know, a lot of people think you just have a bunch of power, which just doesn't. 485 to the tires, running 1070s. Doesn't take a lot of power to go fast, but it takes a lot of traction down to the ground. So that's pretty cool. And hey, George tricked me. So he called me. This was like, you were at the track on Saturday.
Yep.
I was waiting for the call. Calls me Saturday afternoon and said, hey, we have a huge problem. Like, oh my God, what's up? Clutch chamber took a shit. And it might have just been like cold or something. I mean, maybe not necessarily that part in general, but it was froze. And he's like, pedal stuck to the floor. We took it out. We ran like 11 ones, 11 O's, maybe 11 twos. And I'm like, oh my God, you guys went all the way to Oklahoma to get a track that was open, to get a 1070, or actually I was like hoping for a 10. He's like, but it's cool, it's all good. Ran a couple 1070s. I'm like, dude, you asshole. But so he tricked me, so that was cool. But yeah, the baby blue balls, Coyote Swap Mustang went 10s. We did it in Oklahoma, and I'm really pumped. So good job, high five on that right there.
Awesome.
The guys in the shop helped a lot. We took this to track a lot. It's all about suspension, getting the suspension dialed in, because we don't have a lot of real horsepower to make a car like this go fast. And you know, a lot of people can have a lot of horsepower, but no traction, you can't go very fast. So we kind of showed that it doesn't take a whole lot to do what we wanted to do. So goal successful. I'm gonna go upstairs. I wanna go over the price. How much money do I have in this car right now? Not including all the times out at the track and everything like that, but go fast parts. So George, thanks for coming and talking to us.
Thank you.
We're gonna head upstairs. Let's go check out these prices. All right, here we are. How much money do I have in the Baby Blue Balls Coyote Swap Mustang? Made myself a little spreadsheet. Now, you need to understand this. You guys leave comments all the time. How much did Coyote swap? That is such a hard question, because are you building a street car? What do you need? I built a drag car. So, all right, car and parts, everything you saw over all 15 plus this one episodes, I'm about $22,000 in parts, including car, on that right there. 1070s in the quarter mile. Now, of that 22,000, 12,000 were performance parts. Now you might be wondering, what's that mean? Well, my wheels and tires, I picked good stuff. They were $3,000. You don't have to do that. You can pick wheels and tires for cheap. I have an awesome fuel system. I have fantastic suspension. So, you know, if you're just trying to do a Coyote swap, you don't have to do what I did. And if you're wondering what it costs, what's it cost? Well, you email quote@brenspeed.com and say, hey, I've got a 93 Mustang. I want a Coyote, dropped in. Or maybe you have what I have, or you have a 67 Mustang. We can give you a price on that, but we really need to know what you're wanting to do. Like, I built a drag car, all right? So parts are expensive. Look at this list. So, like I said, $3,000 on wheels and tires, higher than normal. You don't have to do that. But hell, the anti-roll bar in the back, you saw in one of the old episodes, that's $524. So it doesn't take long. You add race brakes, $700. You add a bunch of rear suspension beside the anti-roll bar, $800 to $1,000. Built rear end, $1,000. It adds up. You don't have to do that. So if you have a GT Mustang, you're doing a Coyote swap, you're a little bit better off. I just had a V6. I wanted a drag car. I wanted something that wasn't going to break, which is what we did. We ran 1070s. I'm super excited about that. So I just kind of want to tell you what I have in that car, because you always ask, but it doesn't basically say what you're going to have in a Coyote swap, because you probably are not building a drag car. So, hey, I'm Brent from Brenspeed. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment. Watch the old videos. Don't forget, check the description. Then also don't forget all the old videos out there with the descriptions. You can click on the links. It tells you about every single part in those videos. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the final episode. I'm done. Baby Blue Balls, no more. Ran 10s. I love it. Thanks for watching.